Over to some interesting story now, and James, well known as Jimmy Rugami, is a semi-retired DJ in his 60s with an enviable collection of music on vinyl acquired over 30 years. He sells the records out of a small stall inside a busy meat market right here in Nairobi. His customers are few, but they come from all over the world, searching for his unique trove of music which spans the greats of Africa's roaring 70s, when African genres like benga, soukous and disco rolled the dance floor. As vinyl enjoys a revival, Jimmy says he knew he was onto something all along.
In the 80s, Jimmy Rugami was the DJ who played an electric mix of music spanning local benga and Swahili pop to Congolese dance and Afro-Cuban classics with a touch of Lionel Richie. Jimmy, now in his 60s, doesn't play the disco scene anymore, but since 1989, he has amassed a vinyl record collection that would be the envy of any music enthusiast. He now spends his days here, surrounded by rolls and columns of old records, bought or traded from far-flung locations across Africa that he got to by car, by bus and by boat to places like Zanzibar, which he says had the best jazz.
I couldn't stop collecting records. For some reason, I was always perturbed by piracy, and I always hated anything that is not original. As you know, vinyl is the most original way of playing music. So I kept on buying and buying everywhere. Every time I found records, I couldn't resist the urge of buying.
Nairobi used to be East Africa's entertainment hotspot. International record labels such as Polygram and EMI signed bands from Kenya, Tanzania, and the former Zaire, such as Orchestra Virunga, Daudi Kabaka, and Simba Wanyika. State-of-the-art recording studios and a vinyl press located on the outskirts of Nairobi released diverse genres of music. The most characteristic pop sound being benga from Western Kenya and the Congolese rumba sound of the 70s known as soukous. But most of the major record labels closed shop as Kenya's economy struggled in the 90s and training and rehearsal spaces became inadequate. Recording studios and mastering facilities moved to South Africa. Demand for vinyl in Kenya and in other parts of the world has since given away to cassette tapes, then CDs, then online digital sources, and only a few collectors with the right player still buy his records.
As you can see today, all music shops are kind of closed. It's because of technology which we can't fight. Because you guys only download music from the internet and you don't buy anymore.
Jimmy can go a whole week with just one customer, but he says he doesn't really care about the money. There are vinyl lovers that have become Jimmy's good friends, and he still DJs at family events, sometimes at schools, sharing his story in music with the young and old.
Natumiaga hii record ya zamani ya Sony. Ndio. Napenda sana kutumia hizi santuri za zamani. Yes. Maana nasipenda sana. Najienjoy mambo ya zamani.
Jimmy says he's excited by a rekindling of love for old music and sound, especially among the youth. In fact, global sales of vinyl records have reached their highest level for 20 years and could be on the track to return to the glory old days of the long player in the late 80s, according to music industry findings in the UK. A lot of Jimmy's friends and family thought he was crazy when he spent all his savings on records in 1986, but 30 years later, having educated his 6 children through his business, he says it's been worth every minute of ridicule.
I have been labeled insane by lots of folks because of sticking to vinyl. Some even come back much later and tell me, oh, I think whatever you're doing is cool. The same people who could say, what's wrong with this man? What's this? Is keeping crap and we're going ahead. Well, I'm also in digital, so I'm relevant.
Jimmy's stall number 570 is hidden away in a popular meat market where only those that are looking will find him. He also restores and sells vintage record players. Fans of vinyl say it offers a richer sound than its digital successors, despite the occasional crackles caused by scratches or dust on the records.
This is